Hey y'all, hey, it's your favorite realtor Camille here in North Carolina. If you clicked on this video, then you are probably in the process of figuring out, should I go part-time? Should I go full-time? Maybe you are in the process of exploring if real estate is a career for you and you're wondering, should I quit my job? Should I hang on to my job? And should I do this on the side? Or maybe you have been in business for a couple of years and you're kind of ready to let go of that full-time job and go all in with real estate. So in today's video, we are actually going to be talking about some of the pros and cons and why you are probably thinking the way that you are. All right, so let's get to it. So if you are in the process of trying to consider if you should go full-time or part-time, my number one guess is that you are probably concerned about the finances. You're probably concerned about the income and if you will be able to make it, if you will be able to survive, if you will be able to pay all of your bills on time and have all of your necessities taken care of. Because the truth is, if you just had it like that, if you were rolling in the dough, you probably wouldn't be considering if you should go full-time or part-time, because you have all the money that you need and you can afford things regardless of how this all goes and how this all works out for you. So if you're considering this, it's likely because you are thinking, can this career fully sustain me and my current lifestyle? And so I kind of spoke about this before, but for everybody, it's going to be different. Some of us are supported with husbands who make buttloads of money. Some of us are single moms with kids. Some of us have a lot of family support. Like, we all come from different backgrounds, right? So I think, first of all, it's important to assess where you are financially, but also have a budget. I know a lot of people don't really work with budgets. I know a lot of people who are literally living paycheck to paycheck. And so I think those are some of the things that you want to consider. There's just so many things I feel as though we can touch on this topic. But one of the things that I really wanted to shed light on, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, is one of the main reasons that you're probably considering this in the first place is because of the income. Like, you want to know if the income is sustainable. And so one thing that I would encourage you to do is work backwards. If you're a new agent, you may have to depend on somebody who is in your city who has access to this type of information, but you need to figure out, or you can go on Zillow, do a basic search. You need to figure out, okay, when I'm just getting started, who is going to be my clientele? Is it going to be first-time home buyers? You want to look at what is the average home going for in your area. And for some of you, it may be, say, $350,000. So then you want to work backwards. You want to say, okay, so if an average home in my area is going for $350,000, that means that if I assist somebody with buying or selling that property and my commission is X dollars, I'm just going to throw a random number out there, but you want to work backwards by the average price point in your area, what you are going to be charging in terms of your commission to a buyer or a seller. And for easy numbers, I'm just going to do a $5,000 flat fee. So if you have $5,000, right, for every house that you sell, you need to figure out take home is $5,000. You do have to literally work backwards in terms of what you have left. So if your take home is $5,000, right, you already want to set aside 20 to 30% for taxes. And let's just go with the higher number here. So if we set aside 30% towards taxes, that is $1,500. So out of $5,000 check, we're already left with a $3,500 check because we just pay our taxes, right? And so then you're like, okay, I pay my taxes. I don't know if you tithe, but even off of the $5,000, you might be paying $500 towards your tithes for the 10%, and so now you're left with $3,000 for literally one house off of a $5,000 check. So now you're working with $3,000, right? And so let's just say you close that house that month, and I don't know, maybe all your bills amount to $4,000. So you know $3,000 is not going to cut it if you just sell one house per month. So you know at this point you at least bare minimum need to be selling 2 houses per month if you are a single person income to sustain yourself, right? Or you use that number and you work backwards. You need to figure out, you need a budget for what does my monthly bills cost me? And I'm not just talking about bills because we gotta live too. What is my rent? What is my mortgage? What is my electricity? What does my water bill cost me every month? What does my phone bill, my car note, my car insurance, my kids' child care, my kids' schooling? You need to build in money for school supplies, your kids to have their hair done, or whatever you do. Maybe you don't go to the nail salon, but do you buy nail polish? Maybe you don't go to get your hair done, but do you buy wigs? Do you buy makeup? Like, what is your budget every single month? Are you married? Do your husband get their haircut? Do y'all share accounts? Do you go shopping on a frequent basis? Do you allocate yourself $50 a month towards new clothes, pennies, whatever? You need to figure out how much are you spending every single month. That is the first thing to get very clear on how much you actually need to bring in from real estate to see if this is even wise for you to do, right? So once you have created like a clear budget, right, and you know all of your expenses that you're spending on a monthly basis with everything, I'm talking about everything, even calculating your taxes, then you can work backwards to say, okay, based on the average cost of homes in my area, I need to close 2 homes per month. I need to close 3 homes per month. And then if you are working a full-time job, say for example, you know, you're like, okay, it's probably going to take me 6 months to get everything kicking, getting running. Maybe it'll take you a year. So if you know that your annual or your monthly expenses are $4,000 for every single month in a year, you would have need to save $48,000 to stay afloat, essentially, if you never sold not one house. So I think when you're talking about going from full-time to part-time, I'm very different. I kind of spoke about this in different videos. I actually did a video with my husband about like our journey in real estate, and mostly always me and my husband are willing to bet on ourselves. We have kids, but we're not like play it safe type of people. We're like, okay, we're going to go balls to the wall, and if it work out, if it don't, it don't. But we kind of have no choice because our back is against the wall. We don't have no money in savings, so we have to make this work. Everybody is not like that. I really feel like it depends on your personality type. So you really have to do what's best for you. You have to figure out, okay, if this don't work out, do I have at least some kind of safety net to fall back on? Like, is your mom in the area? Can you go stay with your mom while you get on your feet? Like, you really have to have a plan. And if you don't have a plan, that's fine. But just know that, like, because it is commission based, because your income is based on how many homes you close, that consistent income won't be there. May be some months when you're getting started where you're like, close 1 home in January, you go 3 months without closing a home, and then you have 2 more home sales, which kind of makes up for it, but it just may not be consistent. Which is why I say, like, if you wanted to play it safe, I do recommend to like keep your full-time job while you get things going, or have the money in savings, or maybe, like I said, everybody's situation is different. So I know some people, like, they have other skills and talents that they can fall back on. Like, I know this one girl, she basically like was doing hair. She had a beauty salon, but like if things didn't work out, she could technically like do 2 heads for that week and kind of keep her afloat. So that's why I say everybody's situation is different, but I do feel as though if you create a budget for yourself and you know how much you'll be earning for the average home in your area once you close, and you know how much you're spending in your expenses on a monthly basis, that will give you a baseline to say, okay, based on what I have going on, I know I need to be closing this amount. And then going back to what I was saying in terms of being full-time and part-time, joining the team, not joining the team, I do feel as though it's kind of easier to get the ball rolling when you are on a team, just because most teams are going to hold you accountable. And if the team itself isn't holding you accountable, then you have, in a sense, like your peers who are low-key holding you accountable. Because if you see your peers out there doing it, out there making calls, out there just doing whatever it is, like, it's gonna like motivate you to do the same. So in some way you have accountability, in some way you have systems and processes that are already done for you. You don't have to go figure out, the best way to do something, because it's already laid out for you. You don't have to figure out social media graphics and don't get caught up in that. Just go do the work. But anyways, this video was like on my heart just because I do get a lot of messages with people just asking like, should they go full-time or part-time? And of course, it's kind of up to the individual person. But I do feel as though if you have going into this situation, if you have a strategy of how you're going to get leads into your system, into your database, it will be at least 5 times easier for you. And that will also like low-key determine like your personality type. If you've owned businesses before and you kind of know how to keep the engine running with bringing in new people into your database, at that point all you're working on is the follow-up, like a consistent method for follow-up. So if you can even start practicing right now, even if you aren't full-time right now, maybe you work an 8 to 5, or overnight you're a nurse, or maybe you're a college student, or you just have a full-time job right now, right? If you can start right now even adding 3 people to 5 people in your database, not even like, you may not even have your real estate license. This is a relationship business, like 100%. It can be a transactional business too if you like work with internet leads, but a lot of this is just relationships. So if you just tying this all together, right? If you're trying to figure out if you should go full-time or if you should be part-time, if you, while you're full-time, can consistently add every single day 3 to 5 people into your iPhone, into your Android, into an Excel sheet, 3 to 5 new people every single day, you might can go full-time. I feel like that's like one of the true measurements. But it's not just adding people. You not only got to add the people, like 3 to 5 people, but if you can find a way to systematically keep up with those new people and those new relationships, at least calling them 4 times a year and like texting them, like just staying consistent with them. If you can find a way, I would say you got this. You can transition from full-time to part-time. Like, I'm willing to bet on you if you can do that every single day. So I'm kind of challenging you. I think we should do a challenge. Because I'm on a challenge myself to get to 1,500 contacts in my database. That's my personal goal for my husband and I, is to get to a contact goal of 1,500. I think we should challenge. Like, this should be a challenge. This will be so good. We should hold each other accountable in terms of adding new people into our database every single day. So whether you are full-time right now, part-time, or new agent, I think what I'm going to do, y'all be on the lookout. Y'all comment challenge in the comment section below if y'all are down. I will create an internal Facebook group for us to all be accountable and uploading our contacts that we added into our database every day. If you want to be in on this challenge, I say we go from, today is the 7th. I'm going to be uploading this video. Today is Friday, November 7th. We go with this challenge to December 15th to see how many new people, new contacts we can add into our database every day. And I'm not talking about robots and spam, but real people, whatever your contact goal is. And I'm going to explain in another video why the number of people in your database matter so much, which I'll kind of shed light to this right now. But if you only consistently talk to 5 people every single day, your whole life, even in real estate business, your business is not going to grow knowing 5 people and only talking to 5 people every single day. It's not going to grow. And I don't care what you say, really, it's not going to grow. So that's why the number of people that you know, the contacts that you know, is so important, because it's like exponential growth, right? If you're staying in contact with all of these people, then essentially you have more opportunities. That's where the opportunities come from. That's where the closings come from. But if you talk to actually nobody, your business is not going to grow. And this has nothing to do with you being an introvert or extrovert, because I low-key am like more of an introvert than an extrovert. But you can do small activities with introvert friends, one-on-one coffee meetings, things like that, to build and grow your business. But let's do this, y'all. If y'all are in, comment below in the comment section challenge. We can start this November 5th. and be in a small like little Facebook group for like growing our business tips and tricks. Because one thing about me is I don't have it all figured out. I come up and I show up on this platform as like my true authentic self and where I'm at in this journey, and I am not, and by all means, crushing or killing the game. I'm not. But I aspire to do that. I aspire to be that. And I share with y'all anything that I know. If you've been here for a while, if you've been working with me for a while, then you know that I am like an open book. I share any and everything regarding this business and just how we can all help each other. Like if y'all have ways where y'all are bringing people into your databank every single day, like let's share, let's grow together. Let's start this challenge November 15th to December 15th, 1 month, to see how many people, new people that we can add into our database. We're going to have our start number. We're going to have our end number. We're going to have our goal. I think this is going to be great. And then we can take this off of YouTube into like a more, you know, like daily thing of like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like positively uplift each other. Anyways, if you're down, and also you don't have to be a real estate agent to do this challenge. That's like my whole point of this whole video is like, should I go part-time or should I go full-time? Well, I feel as though strongly if you can add 3 to 5 people on a consistent basis to your database every single day and keep in touch with them, you on to something. I think that you would be good with like going full-time and getting the closings, because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. Meeting new people, whether it's at open houses, door knocking, events, expires or withdrawn leads. No matter what your method is, if you can add those people into your funnel, constantly stay in touch with them, constantly nurture them to then convert them or get a referral from them, bingo, you've hit the jackpot. You have literally mastered what this business is all about. But anyways, I feel like the video was kind of like here, but I hope y'all was like following what I was saying with all of the points that I was making. And if you made it this far, thank you for bearing with me and like my thoughts. And I hope to see you guys in a challenge, the database challenge for adding new people into your database. Comment challenge below if you want to be added. I will create a Facebook accountability group for us. 1 month challenge. My goal is literally 1,500. Will I probably hit 1,500 in those 30 days? Probably not. Like for the Charlotte area, I think in my database I currently have like over 1,000 people, but they're not like all Charlotte. They're everywhere. Louisiana, Texas, Maryland, like it's everywhere. But if I could hit 1,500 contacts for the Charlotte area, people that I actually know, bingo, I feel like we're gonna hit the jackpot. So y'all let me know below if that's something y'all are down to do. And until next time, I will see you guys in the next video.
Sometimes
bye.
it's soft as a misty rain that gently touches my soul.